Raymond Douglas Bradbury, an American fantasy, science fiction, horror, and mystery fiction author. His father, Leonard Spaulding Bradbury, worked as a lineman for the power and telephone utility companies. His mother, Esther Moberg Bradbury, was a Swedish immigrant. Between 1926 to 1933, the Bradburys moved back and forth from Waukegan, Illinois to Tucson, Arizona because of his father's work. In 1934, they moved to Los Angeles, California. Ray was born August 22, 1920, in Waukegan, Illinois. He was the third son of Leonard and Esther. He was given the middle name Douglas after the actor Douglas Fairbanks. When he was a teenager, he would roller skate through Hollywood trying to spot celebrities. He attended Los Angeles High School, where he participated in the drama club. George Burns gave Bradbury his first pay as a writer for contributing one joke to the Burns and Allen show. Two of his teachers encouraged him to develop his writing skills. They were Snow Longley Hoosh, who taught him poetry, and Janet Johnson, who taught Bradbury how to write short stories. After graduating high school in 1938, he couldn't afford to go to college, so he continued to educate himself by selling newspapers on the LA street corners all day and spent his nights in a library. He published his first short story, Hollerbochen's Dilemma, in 1938 for an amateur fan magazine, Imagination. In 1939, he published 4 issues of his own fan magazine, which he called Futura Fantasia. He wrote all the content himself. Bradbury met his future wife, Marguerite Maggie McClure, in 1946. She was a George Washington High School graduate and UCLA graduate. She was working as a clerk in a bookshop when they met. Ray and Maggie were married on September 27, 1947. They were together until her death in 2003. They had 4 daughters: Susan, who was born in 1948, Ramona, who was born in 1951, Bettina, who was born in 1955, and Alexandra, who was born in 1958. During his life, Ray Bradbury never obtained a driver's license. He relied on buses and his bicycle for transportation. Bradbury attributed 2 incidents to his lifelong habit of writing every day. The first of these was when he was 3 years old. Bradbury's mother took him to see Lon Chaney's performance of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The second incident occurred in 1932 when a carnival entertainer, Mr. Electrico, touched Bradbury on the nose with an electrical sword and shouted, "Live forever!" Bradbury claimed a wide variety of influences on his favorite poets and writers such as Robert Frost, William Shakespeare, John Steinbeck, Aldous Huxley, and Thomas Wolfe. Bradbury learned to write objectively and yet inserted all the insights without too much extra content from John Steinbeck. Bradbury hosted the Ray Bradbury Theater, which was based on his short stories. He is featured prominently in 2 documentaries related to his classics 1950 and 60s era, one being Jason V. Brock's Charles Beaumont, The Life of Twilight Zone's Magic Man, and the other being Brock's The Ackermonster Chronicles. In 1999, Bradbury suffered a stroke that left him partially dependent on a wheelchair. He continued to write, and he wrote an essay for The New Yorker about inspiration for writing 1 week prior to his death. Bradbury died in Los Angeles, California on June 5, 2012 at the age of 91 after a lengthy illness. The New York Times called Bradbury the writer most responsible for bringing modern science fiction into the literary mainstream. The Los Angeles Times credited Bradbury with the ability to write lyrically and evocately of lands in imagination away. Worlds he anchored in the here and now with a sense of visual clarity and small-town familiarity. The Ray Bradbury Award for Excellence in Screenwriting was occasionally presented by the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers of America. In 1984, he received the Prometheus Award for Fahrenheit 451. An asteroid was discovered in 1992 and was named 9766 Bradbury in his honor. In 1994, he won an Emmy for the screenplay The Halloween Tree. In 2000, he was awarded the Medal for Distinguished Contribution to American Letters from the National Book Foundation. Bradbury was given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2002. On November 17, 2004, Bradbury received the National Medal of Arts. This award was presented by President George W. Bush and Laura Bush. In 2005, he was awarded the degree of Doctor of Laws by the National University of Ireland. On April 14, 2007, Bradbury received the Sir Arthur Clarke Award. 2 days later, April 16, 2007, Bradbury was awarded the Pulitzer Citation for his distinguished pro-life and deeply influential career. In 2008, he was named SFPA Grand Master. In 2009, Bradbury was awarded an honors doctorate by Columbia College, Chicago. In 2012, the NASA Curiosity rover landing site on the planet Mars was named Bradbury Landing. On February 14, 2013, Bradbury was honored during the 85th Academy Awards in the Memoriam. Bradbury's most notable works: Fahrenheit 451, The Martian Chronicles, Something Wicked This Way Comes, The Illustrated Man, and There Will Come Soft Rains.